The galaxy had many powerful empires, great armies, and ancient races. Among them, one small blue planet was always ignored, Earth. To most alien species, humans were nothing special. They looked weak, emotional, and primitive. Their technology seemed slow compared to the high-tech machines of the galaxy. Their ships looked like toys. Their weapons looked outdated. Alien scouts often visited Earth in secret. They studied humans, recorded videos of them, and sent reports back home. In those reports, humans were always described as simple creatures with short lives. Many alien races laughed at humans for fighting each other instead of exploring space. To them, humanity was too busy with small problems and tiny wars. Across the galaxy, whenever the topic of humans came up, aliens mocked them. "Humans will never survive a real war," one commander said. "They are too emotional, too soft." Another added, "They still use rockets." "How funny," a scientist laughed. Earth was seen as a quiet planet, harmless and unimportant. The galaxy believed humanity would never rise. Humanity would never threaten anyone. Humanity would remain small forever. But deep in the darkness of space, something changed. One silent night, a strange signal appeared. Started as a tiny pulse, like a heartbeat. Then it spread across star systems. It became brighter, stronger, louder. It reached the edges of the galaxy within minutes. The signal was ancient, powerful, and unknown. No alien race could decode it. No machine could explain it. The pattern was not from any known species. The galaxy panicked. The first question every empire asked was the same. "Is this from Earth?" "Impossible," said the elders of the Zalran Empire. "Humans cannot create something this powerful." "They can barely travel to their own moon," said the Varnak scientists. "They do not even know we exist," laughed a Krax dominator. But doubts grew. The timing was strange. The direction of the signal pointed toward the region of space where Earth was located. Many alien races became suspicious. They believed that humans had awakened something dangerous, something they should not have touched. Meetings were held. War councils were formed. The galaxy wanted answers. At last, one empire decided to take action. The Krax Dominion, known for its ruthless power, sent a fleet of warships toward Earth. Their goal was simple: investigate the signal, and if the humans were responsible, destroy them before they became a threat. The Krax commanders felt confident. They believed the mission would be easy. "Humans will panic as soon as we arrive," one captain said. "They are weak. They will kneel," another replied. The fleet entered the edge of the solar system with shining metal ships, glowing weapons, and full arrogance. They expected humans to be helpless. They expected the mission to be over within hours. But something went wrong. As soon as the alien ships crossed into the solar system, their sensors began to shake. The screens flickered. The controls froze. A strange energy touched their hulls. "What is this?" the captain shouted. "Unknown interference," replied the navigator. "I cannot read anything." Their communication systems cut off. All signals went dead. They could not contact their empire. They could not call for help. The alien fleet slowed down as if a giant invisible hand was holding them. The energy was strong, too strong. A technician screamed, "This energy! It is coming from Earth." The whole bridge went silent. "That is impossible," the commander whispered. "Humans cannot do this. They should not do this." But the readings were clear. Earth was surrounded by a powerful field. A field no alien empire had ever seen before. A field that blocked every sensor and every weapon. The Krax fleet was trapped. Panic spread inside the ships. Many officers refused to believe the data. How can humans create something this strong? They do not have the technology. Did they unlock ancient power? Have we misjudged them? Fear grew in every heart. For the first time, the galaxy's arrogance began to crack. For the first time, the alien empires felt something they never felt toward humans. Uncertainty. Across the galaxy, other species received strange reports. Krax fleet is not responding. Sensors near Earth are blind. There is a new energy field we cannot understand. The galaxy stared at Earth with confusion, fear, and curiosity. Humanity, the race they once mocked, the race they called weak and primitive, the race they believed would never rise, was suddenly surrounded by an unknown power. Something was happening on Earth. Something big. Something the galaxy did not expect. And in that moment, the greatest realization was born. The galaxy had misjudged humanity. Dark clouds gathered above Earth. Lights flickered in strange patterns. The ancient signal pulsed again, louder, stronger. A storm was coming, and the galaxy was not ready. The galaxy had always seen humans as harmless. But now, after the strange signal and the missing Cracks fleet, something changed. A quiet fear began to spread. Slow at first, then faster. Alien empires, who once laughed at Earth, now held emergency meetings. Dozens of hologram screens lit up in giant council halls. Leaders with glowing eyes, metal skin, and powerful minds gathered from every corner of the galaxy. The first to speak was the Zorak High Chancellor. The Cracks Dominion sent 32 warships to Earth, he said. All of them have gone silent. Silence filled the room. The Cracks Dominion was feared across the galaxy. They were known for their cruelty, their power, their advanced technology. No race dared to oppose them. But now, their entire fleet was gone. How can this happen? An alien leader asked. They were fighting humans, not a superpower. They must have entered the strange energy field, another replied. The same energy that came from the signal. But humans cannot create something like that, said a scientist with trembling hands. They do not have the knowledge. They do not have the machines. All eyes turned to the hologram in the center of the room. It showed the solar system. Earth glowed with a strange light. A powerful sphere of energy surrounded the planet like a protective shield. The Zorak Chancellor zoomed in. Look here, he said. This energy field, it stops every form of alien technology. It blocks engines. It blocks sensors. It blocks weapons. Alien leaders murmured in disbelief. One general slammed his fist on the table. This is impossible. Humans are weak, primitive. They cannot do this. But deep inside, even he felt fear. Across the galaxy, rumors grew like wildfire. Some claimed humans had found an ancient artifact buried under Earth. Some believed they had awakened an ancient race that once protected the galaxy. Others whispered that humans were not what they appeared to be, that they were something far older. Whatever the truth was, one fact became clear. The galaxy no longer laughed at humans. White medium star, the Cracks Dominion's rage. In another part of the galaxy, the Cracks Dominion held its own war council. Their emperor, a tall creature with dark armor and burning red eyes, was furious. How can our powerful fleet disappear to a weak race like humans? He roared. No one dared to speak. Finally, a crack scientist stepped forward. Your Majesty, he said quietly, the energy around Earth is not normal. It is stronger than anything we have seen before. The Emperor glared at him. Are you saying humans created this? And no, Your Majesty. It seems ancient, even older than our technology. The Emperor leaned back in his throne, thinking. If humans did not create it, then who did? No one had an answer. The Cracks Dominion, once fearless, felt something new creeping into their hearts. Uncertainty. White medium star, the Zyral explorers make a dangerous choice. While the Cracks Dominion was preparing for another attack, the peaceful Zyral explorers made a different plan. They were not warriors. They believed in knowledge and history. The Zyral Council gathered. We must learn what is happening on Earth, said the elder. The galaxy may depend on this. A small group of Zyral explorers volunteered to go near Earth. Their mission was dangerous, but they wanted answers. Their ship entered the solar system quietly. They did not want to be seen. But as they approached Earth, the same energy field touched their hull. Instantly, every screen in their ship turned white. Their power shut down. Their engines stopped. One of them whispered, "This is not human technology. It is something else." Before they could retreat, something shocking happened. A signal came directly into their minds. A voice, deep and old. "Do not come closer." The Zyral explorers froze. The voice was not human. It was something far greater. The ship was pushed back gently, without damage. It was as if a giant invisible hand moved them out of danger. When the explorers returned to their home world, they reported to the council. "There is something around Earth," they said. "Something ancient, something powerful, and it is protecting humans." The Zyral Council was stunned. If this power was real, then humanity was not weak. Humanity was chosen. White medium star panic spreads through the galaxy. After the Zyral report, hundreds of races sent their spies and scientists near Earth. All came back with the same story. Their ships failed. Their weapons died. Their technology froze. Humans, however, lived peacefully below, like nothing was happening. "How can humans be calm?" a general asked. "Do they know about this power?" "No," replied a spy. "They act normal. They do not see the shield. They do not hear the voice." This terrified the alien leaders even more. If humans were not controlling this power, if they were unaware of it, if something ancient was protecting them without their knowledge, then the galaxy had truly made a terrible mistake. White medium star, the first signs of fear. Alien citizens across worlds talked in fear. Are humans dangerous? Are they hiding power? What if they are pretending to be weak? What if they are planning something? Even the strongest empires felt nervous. For the first time in history, the galaxy stopped mocking humans. It began fearing them. But fear quickly turned into something worse. Paranoia. Some empires wanted to leave humans alone. Some wanted to study them. Others wanted to destroy them before it was too late. The galaxy was changing. Old alliances were breaking. New enemies were forming. All because of one blue planet and one strange ancient signal. The galaxy was about to learn a truth it never expected. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was not small. Humanity was not alone. And soon humanity would rise. The galaxy was in chaos. Rumors about Earth spread faster than light. Every empire wanted answers, but none wanted to go near the strange energy surrounding the planet. Yet on Earth, life continued normally. Humans woke up, went to work, watched movies, scrolled on phones, and slept peacefully. They had no idea that the galaxy feared them. They had no idea that an ancient energy protected their world. They had no idea that a powerful fleet had vanished at the edge of their solar system. They were innocent. They were unaware. And that made the galaxy even more afraid. But there was one thing the galaxy did not know. Humanity had already been studying the strange signal for many years. White medium star strange discovery under Antarctica. 10 years before the galactic panic, human scientists detected a weak pulse below Antarctica. It was small, almost invisible on their machines, but it did not match any natural pattern on Earth. The governments of Earth formed a secret group called Project Echo. Only a few top scientists and leaders knew about it. Their job was simple: find the source of the strange pulse. After months of research, Project Echo discovered something shocking. A giant metallic structure was buried deep under the ice, older than human civilization, older than the pyramids, older than recorded history itself. When the scientists touched the structure, it vibrated softly, like a sleeping heart. The team was scared yet amazed. What is this? Who built it? How old is it? Why is it under Earth? They spent years studying it. But the more they studied, the more confused they became. The structure was made from a material unknown to any human scientist. No tool could cut it. No machine could open it. It was perfect, untouched, eternal. One scientist finally said, "This is not human technology." The others agreed. They realized Earth had a secret older than humanity. White medium star humanity begins to learn. Years passed. Project Echo continued its work in silence. Then one day, something unexpected happened. The metallic structure opened. Slowly, silently, as if it sensed that humans were finally ready. Inside it, scientists found machines with glowing patterns, strange symbols, energy cores, and a device that projected a star map. On that star map, Earth was marked as a central point. The scientists were shocked. Why is Earth the center? Who made this map? Did someone protect Earth long ago? Did they leave this technology for us? Project Echo realized an incredible truth. Earth was chosen for something long before humans existed. The device then activated by itself. A message appeared, not in any human language, but in simple symbols they could understand. Awaken the Guardian. Scientists did not know what that meant, but they continued working. White medium star, the first activation. After years of tests, Project Echo learned how to power one of the machines. It hummed with deep energy. Blue lights filled the room. The air shook. Then the machine sent a small pulse into the sky. A tiny signal. The scientists did not know it, but this pulse was the first spark of the giant signal that later spread across the galaxy. This pulse also awakened something sleeping under Earth. Something ancient. Something the galaxy feared but humans did not understand. White medium star, humanity unlocks hidden technology. Project Echo advanced quickly. Humans built new machines using the ancient structure's design. They learned how to use gravity in new ways. They made energy fields stronger than any known shield. One scientist whispered, "If we finish this research, Earth will not be weak anymore." Humans were unknowingly evolving. Their technology was growing faster than ever before. For the first time, humanity touched power the galaxy did not expect them to ever reach. If alien empires saw the new labs, the new machines, the experiments, they would realize a terrifying truth. Humans were not primitive. Humans were accelerating. Humans were awakening. White medium star, the moment everything changed. Everything came together one stormy night. The structure under Antarctica glowed brighter than ever before. Energy shot into the sky. Earth's atmosphere pulsed with strange waves. Satellites failed. Radios crackled. Lights flickered. People across Earth looked up as the sky turned white for a moment. This was not natural. This was not human. This was the ancient power finally waking up. And that one burst of energy, the brightest one, the one that reached the farthest, was the same signal the galaxy detected. This was the moment the galaxy panicked. This was the moment alien empires pointed their sensors at Earth. This was the moment the Crack's fleet moved toward the solar system. And humanity had no idea. White medium star, the energy shield forms around Earth. When the signal reached its peak, the machines in Antarctica activated the final phase. A giant protective shield formed around Earth. Invisible to human eyes, but powerful enough to stop the Crack's fleet. Powerful enough to block alien weapons. Powerful enough to disable all sensors. Earth had become protected by something ancient, something designed to keep danger away. And the galaxy misunderstood it. Aliens thought humans built this shield. Aliens thought humans were hiding massive power. Aliens thought humans were preparing for war. But the truth was far more shocking. Humanity did not control the shield. The shield was controlling itself and protecting humanity from something the galaxy had forgotten. White medium star, humanity begins to realize its destiny. The scientists of Project Echo felt something strange. The machines were guiding them, teaching them. Earth was no longer alone. Humanity was rising, not because of pride, not because of war, but because something ancient wanted them to rise. Something believed humans had potential. Something had chosen them. And soon, the galaxy would see what humans truly were. Not weak, not primitive, not small. Humanity was evolving, and nothing could stop it. The energy shield around Earth had spread fear across the galaxy. Empires argued. Councils fought. Scientists panicked. But one empire did not waste time talking. The Crack's dominion. For centuries, the Cracks believed they were the strongest warriors in the galaxy. They had destroyed planets. They had conquered star systems. They had never lost a war. So when their first fleet disappeared near Earth, The Crack's dominion felt humiliated. Their emperor wanted revenge. "This human world must fall," he declared. "They must know the power of Cracks. They must pay for what they have awakened." His eyes blazed with rage. The Crack's dominion prepared the largest battle fleet in their history. White Medium Star, the massive Crack's fleet moves toward Earth. One by one, giant Crack's warships left their home world. These were not small scout ships. These were planet destroyer-class vessels, each carrying thousands of soldiers. The sky above the Crack's world turned red with fire as hundreds of ships lifted into space. All soldiers were told the same thing: destroy Earth, eliminate humans, break their shield, leave nothing alive. The Cracks had no fear. They believed humans would hide. They believed humans would cry and run. They had no idea humanity didn't even know they were coming. White Medium Star Earth continues life normally. While the Crack's fleet moved like a dark storm, humans were busy with normal life. People made breakfast. Kids went to school. Workers sat in traffic. Scientists in Project Echo studied the strange machines under Antarctica. They had no idea a galactic empire was coming to destroy them. Only small signs hinted that something was wrong. Satellites failing. The strange lights in the sky. Weird signals in radio waves. Power surges around the world. But humans, as always, adapted. Probably solar storms. Some said. Maybe equipment problems. Others guessed. Humanity had always survived chaos before. This time would be no different. But they didn't know the real storm was almost here. White Medium Star, the Crack's fleet arrives. As the Crack's warships entered the solar system, the space around them twisted and shook. Their engines flickered. Their screens glitched. Their sensors went blind. The ancient shield reacted. "Energy disruption rising," shouted a Crack's officer. "We cannot scan Earth," said another. The commander growled. "Humans cannot do this. Push forward." They forced their engines to full power. Their ships trembled violently as the shield resisted them. But the Cracks did not stop. They were warriors. They only knew one thing: tech. White Medium Star, the shield responds. When the Crack's fleet crossed the final boundary of the shield, the ancient structure under Antarctica activated. The entire Earth shook. Project Echo scientists panicked. "It's happening again. The energy is rising. Something is entering the shield." The machine under the ice glowed like a small sun. Symbols lit up. Circles spun. Energy surged into space. This time it was not a warning pulse. This was something much stronger. A defense reaction. White Medium Star alien weapons fail. The Crack's warships finally reached Earth's orbit. Thousands of soldiers prepared to fire. The commander raised his clawed hand. "Begin the attack." But when they tried to fire, nothing happened. Their weapons stayed silent. Their energy cannons refused to activate. Their missile systems shut down. "Why are the weapons offline?" the commander roared. "Because something is disabling us," replied the chief engineer. "Something from Earth." The commander froze. Humans were not firing a single shot. But the shield was shutting down every alien weapon. The Crack's fleet was now blind, unarmed, and vulnerable. For the first time, fear entered the hearts of the Crack's warriors. What kind of power is this? Did humans build this? Are they using ancient technology? "No," the engineer whispered. "They don't control it. We do not detect any human signals." "So then who controls it?" the commander asked. Nobody had an answer. White Medium Star, the first strike. Suddenly, the shield released a burst of pure energy. A shockwave exploded outward. Silent, bright, unstoppable. Boom! 10 Crack's warships vanished instantly. Not destroyed, not burned. They simply disintegrated into light. The Crack's officers screamed. "What kind of weapon is that? We have nothing like it. It is rewriting matter. That is impossible." The fleet tried to retreat, but the shield's gravity pull held them like a trap. White Medium Star humanity seized their enemy for the first time. On Earth, for the first time in history, the human sky changed. A giant glowing circle appeared above the planet, the shield becoming visible due to the extreme energy usage. People all around the world looked up in shock. What is that? A meteor? Some kind of experiment? Then, across many countries, citizens saw it. Huge alien warships burning in the upper atmosphere. Pieces falling like glowing comets. The world panicked. Governments activated emergency systems. Military bases prepared for defense. Social media exploded with fear. Humanity realized they were not alone. And someone was attacking them. White Medium Star Project Echo attempts to contact the shield. In Antarctica, scientists activated every machine they had built. They tried to communicate with the ancient structure, tried to understand it, tried to control it, but the structure replied with only one message. Threat detected. Defense mode active. The scientists were shocked. It's protecting us automatically. One whispered. From what? Asked another. The head scientist replied. From the aliens. And maybe from something even worse. White Medium Star, the Cracks retreat. After losing dozens of ships, the Cracks commander finally made the only choice he had left. Retreat. Retreat now. The remaining ships forced their engines. Some escaped. Some exploded. Some were pulled back into the shield and vanished forever. The mighty Cracks Dominion, the strongest military in the galaxy, had lost its greatest fleet to a planet it thought was primitive. And humans still hadn't fired a single weapon. White Medium Star, the galaxy watches in shock. News spread across the galaxy like fire. Earth defeated the Cracks fleet. Humans destroyed their strongest warships. The energy shield is unstoppable. Humans have ancient technology. Humans are awakening. Fear replaced arrogance. Panic replaced laughter. And every empire realized the truth. Humanity was no longer a joke. Humanity was now a threat. Humanity had power the galaxy could not understand. But they were wrong about one thing. Humans did not control the power. The power was preparing them for something that was coming, something far worse than the Cracks. The battle in space grew louder and brighter. Alien ships from the Zorith Combine moved in tighter formation. They believed humanity was losing. Their commanders laughed, sure of their victory. For centuries, the Zorith had crushed weaker species. To them, humans were nothing more than a small, primitive race with average technology. But something started to change. On the human flagship Valor, Commander Reyes watched the battle map carefully. Red enemy markers were increasing. Blue human markers were slowly dropping. The situation looked bad. But Reyes was calm. He whispered to his officers, "They think we are broken. Good. Let them think that." Only a few seconds later, hundreds of human ships suddenly powered down their main engines. To the aliens, it looked like human vessels had lost energy or were malfunctioning. Zorith commanders cheered. But then they noticed something strange. Human ships were not drifting randomly. They were moving into a perfect formation, silent, controlled, and deadly. Alien captains began shouting warnings. This is not a retreat. This is not weakness. The humans activated a hidden system called Project Helios, a classified weapon never used before. The weapon converted solar energy and nuclear fusion into a single massive energy wave. The alien sensors overloaded. Lights flickered across their bridges. Panic spread. "Impossible!" a Zorith general shouted. "This output is not possible for humans." Commander Reyes gave the final order. Fire! The energy wave blasted forward like a burning sun unleashed. Alien shields collapsed instantly. Dozens of ships cracked open, their metal melting like wax. Shockwaves rippled through space. For the first time, the Zorith Combine felt true fear. Across the galaxy, other alien empires watching the battle were stunned. This was the moment they understood something new, pure terror mixed with respect. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was not primitive. Humanity was something else entirely. They were survivors. They were innovators. They were unstoppable when pushed. While alien fleets retreated in chaos, Commander Reyes stood on the human bridge, eyes steady. "They misjudged us," he said quietly. "Now they will remember us." The turning point had arrived. Humanity had transformed from prey into predator. And the galaxy finally realized the truth. Humans were the most dangerous species they had ever awakened. "If you want, I can now write part 6 long too," you said. 6 long, ChatGPT said. "Here is part 6. The human counterattack. Long, simple English, third-person style, HFY tone. White medium star part 6, the human counterattack, long version. Goal. Show humans pushing back with strategy, bravery, and unstoppable willpower." The galaxy was still shaking from Project Helios. Alien fleets retreated in fear, their commanders confused and terrified. For the first time in decades, the powerful Zorith combined found themselves on the defensive. But humanity was not finished. Commander Reyes stood on the Bridge of the Valor and looked at the war map. Red zones marked planets and stations under alien control. Millions of humans across colonies were still prisoners or suffering under Zorith rule. Reyes clenched his fist. "This ends now," he said softly. Human forces prepared for a counterattack. The mood changed. Fear disappeared. Hope returned. Every human commander felt a fire burning inside them. Something deeper than anger. It was determination. Across space, human fleets regrouped. Engineers worked non-stop to repair damaged ships. Pilots trained for rapid maneuvers. Ground soldiers checked their armor and weapons, whispering to each other that this time they would bring all their brothers and sisters home. Then the counterattack began. Human ships jumped into Zorith territory with perfect timing. They did not attack blindly. Instead, they targeted weak points, supply depots, fuel stations, communication hubs. Their strategy was precise, calm, and deadly. Zorith commanders were shocked. They were used to fighting species who panicked. Humans did the opposite. On the ground, human strike teams moved like shadows. They broke into alien prisons, freed captives, and escorted civilians to evacuation ships. Every rescued human added more strength to the growing resistance. The Zorith tried to fight back, but something was different now. Their soldiers hesitated. Their officers doubted. Their fleets no longer believed they could win. Humanity fought with a unity the galaxy had never seen. Soldiers from Earth, Mars, Titan, and distant colonies stood side by side. They covered each other, saved each other, and trusted each other. In one of the biggest battles, the Zorith unleashed their elite war machines, giant armored walkers that could crush tanks. But humans were not impressed. A group of human engineers hacked the alien systems, causing the machines to turn against their own troops. The battlefield erupted in confusion as Zorith units ran for safety. Commander Reyes watched the chaos through satellite images and nodded. "This is what happens," he said, "when you underestimate humanity." Within days, the Zorith lost multiple sectors. Worlds they had ruled for years were liberated in hours. Their empire, once feared across the stars, was now breaking apart under the force of human courage and human strategy. Alien leaders across the galaxy sent desperate messages to each other. How can humans fight like this? How can they adapt so fast? What kind of species does not break under pressure? They did not understand the answer. Humans were forged in struggle. Humans rose higher every time they fell. Humans fought not for conquest, but for each other. By the end of the counterattack phase, humanity stood taller than ever before. Their enemies were retreating. Their allies were inspired. Their soldiers were ready for the final push. But far away, deep inside the Zorith capital world, something dark was awakening. A final weapon the Zorith hoped would crush humanity once and for all. The endgame was coming. Humanity had risen. The Zorith fleets were shattered. The galaxy now watched in awe and fear. Every empire began to understand the truth. Humans were no longer a primitive, weak species. They were survivors. They were warriors. They were unstoppable. But even as the galaxy celebrated or trembled, the humans themselves were about to learn a truth far greater than victory. White medium star, the strange signal returns. Months after the first battle, the ancient machines under Antarctica pulsed again. The energy was stronger than ever. It reached out across the solar system, beyond the nearest star systems, farther than any human ship could travel. It was calling or warning. Project Echo scientists were stunned. "We've never seen this pattern before," one whispered. "It's different. It's alive." Suddenly, holographic symbols appeared in the control room. They were not written in any human language, but every scientist could understand them. The message was simple: prepare. They are coming. White medium star, humanity understands its role. Commander Reyes stood at the bridge of the Valor, staring at the energy map projected in front of him. The entire planet, even the moon and nearby asteroids, glowed with protective energy. Humans had fought their first war against the galaxy and survived, but this signal made it clear Earth was not safe yet. "The galaxy feared us because they misjudged us," Reyes said quietly. "But the real test, the real threat, is still out there." The scientists explained what they had learned from the machines. The ancient technology did not originate on Earth. It was left as a warning. It was meant to protect, not conquer. Something far older than any alien empire had existed, and it was returning. The entire room went silent. No human had imagined this. White medium star, the galaxy reacts. Across space, alien empires monitored the strange signals. Some were terrified. Some were curious. Some wanted to ally with humanity. Others secretly planned revenge, believing humans' awakening power was a threat to their dominance. Yet every empire realized the same thing. The humans had survived the impossible. They had defeated fleets larger than their own. They had survived weapons thought to be unstoppable. And somehow, they had awakened a force no one could understand. White medium star, humanity prepares for the unknown. Unlike the alien empires, humanity acted wisely. Instead of striking first, humans focused on preparation. They expanded their fleets. They trained soldiers. They repaired damaged colonies. They studied the ancient machines tirelessly. The Council of Earth's leaders convened in secret. They debated how to face the coming threat. Some feared war. Some feared the unknown energy that protected them. All agreed on one thing: humanity must be ready. White medium star, the first signs of the dark threat. Then the first signs appeared. On distant planets, explorers reported strange distortions in space. Stars flickered. Planets moved in ways they should not. Alien species whispered in terror. Something ancient and powerful was returning. The ancient machines on Earth began glowing more frequently. They reacted to the movement of these distant forces. It was as if they knew what was coming and were warning humans. Commander Reyes gathered the top scientists and generals. "This is bigger than any war we've fought," he said. "The galaxy misjudged us. Yes, but the real challenge is ahead. Something old, something powerful, something the galaxy has forgotten is coming to this solar system. No one knew what it was. No one knew its strength. But one truth was clear. Humans were the last line of defense, and the galaxy depended on them." White medium star, humanity's final stand, and the future. From Earth, humans looked to the stars with determination. They were no longer weak. They were no longer primitive. They were united, prepared, and ready to face what the galaxy had never seen. The alien empires watched in awe and fear. The Cracks, the Zorath, the Varnak, and countless others realized one fact: the humans they mocked were now the most dangerous species in the galaxy. The ancient signal pulsed again, brighter than ever. It was both a warning and a guide. Something was coming, and humanity would be there to meet it. The galaxy had misjudged humans before. It would not make the same mistake again. And deep in space, something stirred. A force older than stars, older than civilizations, awakening at last. Humanity was ready. The galaxy would soon learn what it truly meant to fight humans. And the story of Earth was only beginning.